Alright guys, Eric here with Julia. I'm journeying with Eric and Julia. We're up here at the lookout point of Muir National Forest. Give you a little pan around here. Beautiful up here. You can see all over the place. These homes on the side of these mountains are literally right on the side of the mountain. So we wanted to go see the giant redwood trees, and we wanted to show you guys that, but apparently it's a popular thing here, as that's why we wanted to go see it. And apparently you have to have the parking is so full that you have to have a reservation in advance, and it's full today. So no seeing that today, but definitely seeing some beautiful scenery up here at the peak of Muir National State Park. And yeah, we'll post more pictures and videos for you guys when we get a chance. Thanks for tuning in, guys. So we're on our way out of Muir Forest Park area. When you come to San Francisco, do yourself a favor. We had the most beautiful scenic drive. I felt like I was back in Colorado, except the mountains are smaller. But do yourself a favor. Get out of the city and don't just go to the typical tourist sites that everybody goes to. Look at this. This is just beautiful. And here's the thing. If you come down here to Muir Beach, the parking fills up quick. You may have to wait for parking. So just know that. But if you want to go to the Muir Forest, and do the hiking trails up there, you actually have to have a reservation. I'll put the link down at the bottom of the screen because I didn't grab it. But I'll put the link down at the bottom for you, so you can make a reservation. You need to do that in advance, or you won't be able to park up at the top of the mountain and do those hiking trails up there at the top of the mountain. But even still, you know, we bypassed that. We went down and up to the Muir Beach lookout point, and the views were just spectacular. The scenic drive here was just spectacular. So do yourself a favor. When you come to San Francisco, get out of away from downtown. Don't just stick to the typical tourist sites. Get up here in the mountains, do some hiking. You can even go fishing. Check your local regulations, but I believe you may not even have to have a fishing license in some areas. Everybody here is bicycling up the hills. If you want a mountain bike or use a racing bike, everybody here is bicycling, jogging, or walking, or hiking. If you're an outdoors person, this place is beautiful. So if you think of San Francisco in terms of just Alright guys, so we're here at the Pacific Catch West Coast Fish House. This place is really good. My wife is having the, what are they called?
Taco Trio.
Taco Trio, the spicy sriracha tacos. And for an appetizer here, you can see we had the poke ceviche trio with Baja shrimp, Hawaiian yellowtail, and ahi tuna, and it's all what's the word I'm looking for?
Really good.
Really good. I'm not saying not cooked. It's yes, it's all raw tuna or raw. It's good. So we got ceviche here, ahi tuna, and here you got yellowtail right here. And over here, I've got the mixed catch 19. I've got Alaskan cod. I've got Thai coconut shrimp, calamari, spicy fries, and I've got coleslaw. And I've got a painkiller, and the wife has what is this here, babe?
I think it's a coconut.
Coconut pineapple drink. Coffee. So, any rate, this place is really good. So, if you're looking for a good fish place when you're in San Francisco, I definitely recommend it. It has a 4.5-star rating, and definitely earned every one of those 4.5 stars. So, what do you say, man?
It's really good.
Really good. Really good. All right, guys, we're gonna enjoy this dinner. All right, guys, Eric here with Journey with Eric and Julia. So, we're at the end of our trip. And for all those that said, "Why are you going to San Francisco?" Well, let me tell you, the weather was beautiful. The people were really friendly. We didn't meet a single rude person here. The city was really clean, despite what they show on the news and whatnot. There's lots of sights to see. You got Alcatraz, Golden Gate Bridge, all this stuff that I'm going to be, you'll see my other videos of. But some of the things I wanted to mention to make sure that you don't make the same mistake we did. Okay? Right? Don't forget your jacket. Don't forget your jacket. Because if you do, if you forget your jacket, like we did, forgot to pack, you're going to have to go buy a light jacket somewhere. Because although today is really nice, it gets pretty chilly here when the temperatures drop. And even some days when all the locals are running around in, activewear, jogging down the sidewalk, for people out of state like us, it was cold. So don't forget your jacket. Number 2, parking is expensive. Okay, parking is expensive and it's hard to find. So even the secured parking or the parking garages, they're like $3 for 15 minutes, but 15 minutes goes by really fast. And then it's like $45 for a whole day. So just keep that in mind. Parking is, no matter where you are, parking is expensive and hard to find. So just plan for that. Okay. Number 3, all the locals here, every local we met warned us, don't leave anything in your vehicle. So I'm going to warn you too, because now we've been here, don't leave anything of value in your vehicle. Because although this has been a relatively safe city since we've been here, we haven't had any problems. But when we were going to the Japanese garden yesterday, we saw evidence of glass breakage on the side next to the road, where somebody had gotten their car, where somebody was a victim. So don't leave anything in your car so you don't become a victim. All right. Number 4, make reservations for attractions. All right, because like I mentioned in one of my other videos about one of the state forests we wanted to go see, the parking, the forest was free, but the parking was not, and you had to make a reservation for the parking. So, and like the ferries that take you out to the Golden Gate Bridge and things like that, make sure you plan those in advance. And also, even if you book your ticket in advance like we did, make sure you get here at least 30 minutes or more before your departure time, because the line to get on the boat fills up gets big really quick. And if you want to get a good seat up at the top of the ferry or something, those are gonna fill up really quick. Next thing, bring your sunscreen. Don't forget sunscreen and a hat. You see my forehead, my nose, all right? Bring sunscreen and a hat. That's all I'm gonna say about that. A rental car versus Uber. We opted to rent a car because we got a hotel that was a little further out of the city, okay? And we had to drive into the city to go do our tours and see the sights every day. So it's up to you whether you want to do. If you get a hotel out of the city, all right, just keep in mind, your Uber's gonna be more expensive. If you get a hotel in the city, your Uber's gonna be cheap, but you're gonna be Ubering everywhere. But you can walk. But also, your legs are like locals will warn you, your legs are going to get a workout. So prepare for that. Your legs are going to get a workout. Going up and down these hills, they're steep. You know, our first day here, we decided to walk to Little Italy. You know, we're like, oh, it's just 6 blocks, but there was a lot of steep hills in those 6 blocks. So just prepare for that. You know, and like I said, if you got a rental car, you don't have to be on anybody's schedule, but then you have to deal with finding a parking spot. But for the most part, we did pretty well. We didn't have any issues. So with that in mind, make sure you watch the other videos that I'm going to put out on San Francisco from this trip. You know, I'm going to do a video about our trip out to the Golden Gate Bridge and Alcatraz and some of the other sites that we saw. So make sure you check back on our channel for other videos for this trip. And also, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell down at the bottom so you get all of notified when I put a new video out. And when I get back home, you know, I'll pick back up on the travel talk that I'm doing weekly also. So from me and Julia, we had a great trip. Don't be timid about coming to San Francisco. We had a good time. Thanks for tuning in, guys.